everybody, Fixxxer here, back with a Tale in the Desert 7. I am at the University of the Body, which is one of my favorite disciplines. I'm here to do the principles to get started with the school. So we got tests, principles, start the principles. You must identify 35 unique species of wild Egyptian flora. You can check your list on the human body tab in the lower left, etc. I got 20 minutes. There we go. So it's simple enough. Within the time frame, I've got to identify 35 species. You just walk up to it and hit identify. A rail cactus. And I'm pretty sure that every University of Body has enough species around it. No, not examine. Is it examine? Identify. That's what I want. Right. Let's try this one again. Right. Okay. Are these different? Yes, they are. Okay. There we go. Alright, so yeah, the body is one of my favorite... Oh, there's papyrus there. It won't let me click on it. Wonder how it got there. It's a long ways for it to come. Anyway. Yeah, the human body discipline is one of my favorites. Let's get that list there so we can keep track of it. And I'm going to be working on that a little bit today. So after this, I'll show you some other stuff involved with this discipline. The body will actually give you stats that will be helpful in the rest of the game. For instance, Bedouin. I believe Bedouin gives... Not Bedouin gives you speed. Which one gives you speed? It's been a while. I don't remember. But like Acrobat gives you dexterity, I believe. These dexterity and endurance, these things are useful in other aspects of the game. So people, in a way, are kind of forced to do the body discipline. Especially endurance. And if you just are too impatient running around, you want speed. I forget, is it cicadas that are speed or Bedouin that's speed? I just don't remember. But it doesn't matter. Did I get them all? Is there a different one here? Okay, there was. There's two of them. Is this one? Alright, we're doing pretty good. We're not going to take the complete 20 minutes to get this done. We should be done in about 2 or 3 minutes, I think. I don't think I checked those. So things have been going fairly well, I guess, considering that I'm playing mostly solo. It's pretty difficult, man. These people are so hardcore into this game. They're just zooming on by, and here I am just sputtering along. It's crazy, but that's okay. I think these guys on the inside, did I check those? I got the cactus, I think, right? The tall one? The small one I don't have. Yeah. Yeah, I already got the large one. Let's get some sap over here. It'll come useful to the Bedouin. And we got some bushes right in the middle of some medium or large stones here. Alright, I already got those. I think I got all these. I might have to travel outside this area to finish this one up. Probably. I may not have gotten these. Oh, there's one. I already got that one. Okay. Oh, there's some over here. So, some of these can be foraged and used in various things, like enhancing your stats temporarily in cooking and things like that. I don't have these skills yet, so I can't really do anything with them. But that's what most of these are used for. I believe there's 100 some odd different species throughout the game of plant life and whatnot. There's a lot. I don't know if I got this green one over here. I think I got the purple ones. It's always safe to check. Yeah, I got it. I don't think I got this one, though. Nope. Okay. I think it's time to go out there where these guys are. And there, I can need, what, 5 left? Yeah, there's probably 5 plants out here I can do. And then we'll head back, and I think you'll get to see my first lightning strike. I don't think I've shown that in video yet. Good at gem drops. Alright. So I think Bedouin is the only one that's open right now. Cicadas might be as well. I don't remember. I just don't have the level to start it. But Acrobat's not open yet. Neither are the others. I think Acrobat is probably next in line after Cicadas. I might get 1 or 2 over here. These thorn bushes. Maybe. 1, 2, and that's it. 35 species. Let's head on back. So I turn this in. I am initiated into the School of the Human Body, and I can then start the tests. And that's all you really gotta do. It's not too difficult. See, I got 13 minutes to spare there. No problems. This isn't terribly far from my home. It's running distance. That's where I live, right there. In that little guppy thing. And there's a chariot up there. I'm not too far. Just checking to see what's going on. It's nice having that that region chat. It gets lonely out in the hinterlands. I wonder why the stones on the left have torches and the ones on the right do not. Alright, let's turn this in. Tests. Turn in level 2. Here we go. I'm advancing, and then bam. I wish there was a sound with that. But there's not. There we go. Acrobat. So, we haven't unlocked Acrobat yet. Whoops. Did I do that? You're now initiating the discipline of the human body, and I can do the singing cicada and the Bedouin. Now I can do foraging. Cool. Let's get the singing cicada started. There we go. Test of the singing cicada, you'll be honing your speed. There you go. Speed is with the cicadas. By quickly finding, etc., etc. Place a cage of your own. And I'll go into this, I think, a little bit more later on. And Bedouin. Test of the Bedouin is a special award given to those that prove themselves, etc., etc. Visit altar, anoint with cactus sap. Again, I'll go over this a little bit later. Alright, I'm going to head on back to base. Yeah, there's the principles for the cicadas. Place your cage, Bedouins. Anoint 14 altars. That's just to get the principles started for the test. That's all. You don't. That's not what you need to pass the test. You need to do more than that. Anyways, I'm heading back to my base. I'll catch you guys later. Alright guys, I'm back at the University of the Body. Someone unlocked the test of the Acrobat as I was leaving, so I wasn't too far away. I just came back and did it. After character instruction, you master a few moves. You got 4 moves. Jump split, kick up, handstand, crunches. Previous tales, you only got 1. It looks like things will be a little quicker this time. But, anyways, my original audio for this portion of the video was bad. I don't know if my mic was halfway unplugged or something along those lines, but I have to do this post-recording, which would probably make this one a little bit easier, I would think. So the test of the Acrobat, there are 28 total moves. I guess you start with 4, and there's 7 facets per move, and you have to learn them one facet at a time. I think I'm pulling up the move list here, yep. So it shows the facets, the crunches, I got all my facets filled, etc. Those are the ones you start out with. And I got to fill all the others. And at first you can only learn one facet at a time from people, each person. And it's a little bit limiting in that... Oh, there's the crunches there. You perform your first acrobatic move, you just taking the first step towards mastering the test of the Acrobat. Yeah. There's the handstand. So people are different quality of teachers to you. There's, I think, 5 different grades, with a master being the top type of teacher. Then it goes down to a great teacher, pretty good teacher, a last resort teacher, and a blur. Whereas if you're training with someone who's a blur to you, then you're not going to learn anything from them. If you're training with someone who's a master to you, you're more likely to learn a facet from them. So being that there's 7 facets per move, and there's 28 moves, you can imagine that's an awful lot of what we call acroing. So what people tend to do is they'll kind of join up in groups like this. You see them acrobating or acroing in the background there. And you got to be a certain distance away from other people when you're doing this. There's a minimum distance. That way the master and the student have privacy and are doing their moves, etc. And I guess this is my first guy. Well, girl. Exchange pleasantries, because I'm not rude. This interface, she wants that. This interface is different than previous tales, the early ones that I played. This was added after I stopped playing, I was told. So this is all new to me. This is fancy. Alright, so although you don't pick up anything, she is a perfect teacher, a master. You soak in every nuance. And she says PGT, which means I'm a pretty good teacher. Fantastic. So, what we do now... Oh, great. This guy is intruding in our privacy here. What we do now is we show each other moves. She's my master, but I'm only pretty good teacher to her. That means I'm more likely to learn a move from her than she is from me. So we practice our moves until we learn a facet. So I just taught her a facet. Oddly enough, I taught her before she taught me. And then I learned a facet of leg strength. There we go. Learned your first facet. When you learn all 7 facets of a move, then you learn the move. And once you've taught 14 facets, then you are able to learn more than one facet from a person. And those are a list of all the moves. Her moves are on the left. The blue dot means that's how many facets she's learned of that move. So she knows one facet of jump split because I just taught her. And she just taught me a facet of somersault. And previously she did one with round off. So that's Acrobat, the test of the Acrobat in a nutshell, really. After her and I finished this one up, people just flock to the University of Body here. In fact, I'll just jump right to the middle of what we were doing. Alright, here we are. This is what we would call an acro line. It's not much of a line here. Generally, they're pretty straight lines, or they curve a little bit, but this is more like an acro blob. So all these people get together, space themselves apart a little bit, and they train acro moves with each other, one by one. And after this, even more people come. I think at one point we had as many as 40 people here, all just this huge blob of people doing acrobatic moves and whatnot. It's pretty weird, I guess. But it's pretty necessary, as you need the dexterity for other things in this game. But that's about the gist of it. Anyways, I'm going to hop on over to something different. So I've been traveling in the middle of nowhere, very far from home, looking for cicadas. I like to call them cicadas, but I've been corrected and told I was wrong. They're cicadas. Okay, whatever. Lots of different ways to pronounce it from my Google Foo telling me. Anyways, I'm looking for cicadas. I got the 1,000 points here. I don't know at what point you pass. I don't know if you need to get your own cage or what, but I'm too shy of getting my own cage. So I'm out here looking still, even though I got the points. Let's see, tests. Seeing cicada, 1,357. I got 5. And the university wants 7. So I need 2 more. I thought I heard one. So, while I'm doing that, I noticed in System Chat, some stuff popped up. System Chat is what the devs use to talk to us. Updates happen through there. Any kind of fixes happen through there. People passing certain tests happens in there. And sometimes titles, like the first person to catch 100 fish, is known as the Pharaoh's Angler, and that would be Merendo. Anyways, so this is what has come up. I see the Pharaoh has begun again, and this is from the Stranger. If you remember him from early Tales. I don't know what Tales he was not in, but he was in the Tales I was in early on. Are you blind to his hypocrisy, he says. Do you not see how his universities exist only to fill his pockets with the fruits of our labor? I need to stay away from the water. Let's go this way. Fools! He will extort the very sweat from your brow if it improved his life. Your ancestors knew me as the Stranger. In their time, the Pharaoh invited me. This time, I came without permission or request. Ages ago, I was thought dead. Cretans, the lore of your ancestors is as dull as your senses. I suppose I could expect nothing less from the impudent peasants of the past, but you should have known better. You cannot escape me. I am as immortal as the sands of this land. In history, I took pity on your ancestors and offered a pittance of tests. 49 challenges to prove their worth. Today, as I gaze upon your petty attempts to rebuild, I have decided that 49 is not enough. This time you will be tested with many more. Prepare yourselves, peasants. First, as a proof of my power, the Stranger snaps his finger. This is a really weird area. Prove to me that you are worthy to be tested. Show me that you are a society without discord. Gather together and collect a total of 1,777 cuttable stones drawn from the land that you claim to respect. Your time is short. I will return in 3 hours. My plebes will be available prior to my arrival. Give your contributions to them at the Broken Chariot stops in Old Egypt, Midland Valley, River Plain, Seven Lakes, and Southern Egypt, and do not fail me. I'm not sure what that entails. All I know is I don't have any cuttable stone, so I'm not going to be able to participate in this. I don't have much of anything. People are just zooming right by me, and I'm out here collecting cicadas, so I don't know. I don't have any cuttable stone. But anyways, I will keep my hand on my finger on the record button, and if anything interesting comes about this, I'll let you know. Alright, so we got a little bit of an update from the stranger. It's only been 2 hours and 14 minutes since he last talked to us. And I started headed back to camp when that happened. And I'm not even back at my camp yet. So I didn't get to participate in it at all. But apparently the people got together and they completed it in that time. So instead of coming back in 3 hours, he came back a little early. Anyways, he says, "My plebes have informed me that you have done as I have requested. It has always been the relief that I do not trust in unity and that I prefer the solace of one. We shall see if you can sway me." Oh, I don't want to go that way. Let's go around that thing. "History has shown that the lazy will hide amongst the dunes and rest on the backs of others. Prove history wrong. Take heed of this, Southern Egypt and Midland Valley. Your folly may be your undoing. You will hear from me again." So then I find it funny that he calls out Southern Egypt and Midland Valley when I know that these guys, they didn't participate in their own regions. They went to another region to help out. So I find it kind of funny that they got called out. I guess it's because he sent someone to Midland Valley and Southern Egypt, and nobody turned in anything there. So I'm guessing that's why he calls them out. So that's kind of funny, I think. Anyways, he said we'll hear from him again, but I doubt we'll hear from him anymore today. So I'm going to leave that one at that. Just wanted to let you guys know the weird stuff that's going on. But while that was going on, while people were cutting those stones, or getting those stones, all tests were frozen. Nobody could get any of the tests done. So people kind of were, I don't want to say forced into it, because you didn't have to do it, but they couldn't proceed on their tests while it was going on. So maybe encouraged a little bit. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.